All right, time to get excited for another deal reveal, but a very special deal reveal this evening because not only are we going to feature another deal Butler deal, we are going to bring on Olivia and her very unique strategy for cash flow in the US. If you're excited, show me, and we're going to get started. Here we go.
Don't wait for tomorrow. Live for today. Keep chasing the sunshine and go out and play.
All right, good evening, everyone. And as promised, here comes one of the most epic deal reveals we have featured so far in the past 3+ years of doing these every single week, Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern, showing you that we can find some incredible investments, some incredible cash flow in the US if we're looking at the right place at the right time with the right strategy and with the right blueprint, the right process to find, negotiate, create those deals. And so wonderful, Olivia, I just saw that you logged in here. So we are definitely going to feature you, your experience, finding, dealing with this property from start to finish. We want to hear it from you. How was it to buy that first US property? And before we jump in, I want to let you know that unfortunately, there's going to be no giveaway today other than the fact of the knowledge and the experience that Olivia is going to give you all because the bus tour in Cleveland, which is happening this weekend, is full. So I can't even offer you a spot, a VIP upgrade. I can't do any of it because every single spot in two full buses is filled, and we're super, super excited to host over 24 people in Cleveland this weekend. We are having people flying from Florida from our team. We are having people coming in from Canada from our team. We have people coming in from Texas from our team. We are featuring um, property inspector, property appraiser, two realtors, one east side, one west side, loan broker, property manager, short-term property manager, entity creation, because Bob will be in the house as well with us live in person. We are bringing a ton of the core power team members right to you in the bus tour. It's going to be super, super exciting. And we're going to take a picture at that Cleveland sign as well. So that's the epic Cleveland edition bus tour that's happening. It's going to start at 9 a.m. on Saturday. If you missed this one, if you absolutely wanted to attend this one, well, again, you cannot. There is no more room. We even blocked off some of our short-term rentals to house you guys, so you didn't have to worry about the accommodations. But in about the 3 months, it's not penciled in yet, but we would like to host another one. So stay tuned. There will be more bus tours for you. So reeling it back into tonight's Deal Butler, deal revealed by our very own community member, Olivia, who is here with us today to share us an experience, to share us how it went. She'll be able to maybe share with us some of the numbers, the strategy perhaps. Honestly, if you've got questions as well, type them up in the chat and I'll guide this experience, this testimonial, what do we call this, case study. I want you to extract as much golden nuggets out of Olivia and out of the Deal Butler as possible on tonight's deal reveal. So we're going to see if this is a deal or no deal, as we normally do. Of course, the address is blocked out for privacy reasons, but I will say, or I will ask Olivia as I invite her to share if she wants her camera as well. Asked to unmute. Let's see if Olivia is going to be shy
No.
this evening. We're going
Hi.
to definitely promote you, give you all of the accesses here. You should be good, and then Boom, boom, boom. If you want, you can turn on your camera at this time, Olivia. So, my first question for you, actually, first of all, welcome to the very
Hi.
first deal reveal, right? We hope to see you on here many, many times more. First question for you, is it true that you bought an investment property for under $50,000? Let's start it there.
Yes, I'm pretty surprised, especially at the fact that it's going to be 5 bedrooms.
Five bedroom.
Five
So that's basically
bedrooms,
$10,000 a bedroom.
a room. Yeah. So, what I'd like to say is, I think my strategies and the way I started was one way, and where I ended up was in a completely different direction. But at the end of the day, it was with the same goal, which I found very interesting because very often we say, "What do you want?" And when you hear the answer, it's, "I want a 3 bedroom, I want a 2 bedroom, I want Section 8, I want Airbnb." And um, I thought it was a fault of mine that at the beginning I said, I really don't care. I
Mhm,
know this is how much profit I want to make. This is the cash flow. This is how much I want to put in. This is the timeline. And whatever fulfills that,
mhm.
I'm happy. And glad to see that it worked.
I love it. I love it. So what was your criteria? Cash flow, right? If I
Yeah, as low of an investment as possible with the maximum cash flow. And I have to say, I worked with a few real estate agents, and you say that, and they're like, you know,
what's cash
okay,
flow?
yeah,
Right.
or oh, you want to make money and not spend any. Everybody wants that. So
Mhm,
I did really find that a little bit of friction with some agents where they really want the specifics, and I
mhm,
kept giving them specifics because I would say, I want a 3 bedroom or a 4 bedroom. I want minimum one and a half washrooms, maybe two. I would really like, and I kept being specific, exactly the areas, all of that. In the end, I came out with something different than what I had asked. And now with the group home strategy, which when I started wasn't even something I knew about. So that was a great discovery. Thank you, Kyle, for that.
Yes, absolutely. That's a very, very exciting new channel of investments. So maybe what do you want to tell us a little bit about that? Because everyone here, I'm sure, is heard these words maybe for the first time or
For sure.
almost the first time. So tell us a little bit about this.
Well, I have to say, I first really got introduced to the concept of, can we say, subsidized housing in general, was Section 8. It was one of the first properties I did put an offer in on. I was pretty excited about, and it kind of made sense. It was, I think, the cap on that was maybe 14, 15%.
Oh
It's like,
no, not
wow, this is
bad.
really good, right? This is a great one, and it's guaranteed rent. The government's going to pay it. Yes, there's a few things I need to do, but great, guaranteed. This is from me coming the Airbnb route
Yep.
of all of the marketing and having a marketing background. I was all excited about the marketing side, but then wait a minute, guaranteed income, no marketing, it's just being put into my bank account. Sounds even better. And then all of a sudden I find out, well, you can do Section 8 where you're renting the whole property, or you can do it where you're kind of renting by the room, if not two people per room,
Mhm.
and almost the same amount as a whole house guaranteed rent, Section 8. Like,
Right. Like Section 8. It's not Section 8, but it
like
is a
Section, yeah,
subsidized program, right?
exactly.
A residential
Yeah.
care facility, a group home. There's a lot of different words and there's different programs and sub-programs and et cetera, et cetera. But at bottom line, the government is paying for these residents' uh, rent.
Mhm. And from what I understand, there's different kinds. I know there's sober living, there's kind of like a halfway home. This one is supposed to be, maybe you can explain this a little bit better, but it's people who just need some help and maybe need to take some medication once in a while. It's not, there's no doctors involved or anything, but there's somebody there to take care of them throughout the day, and they get their meals paid. Again, all of this subsidized, and I can work with a partner who will take care of all that for me, and we split the profits. So I just have to take care of the building itself and make sure that it's properly maintained, that it gets approved, that the lights are on, that there's heating, and then all the rest is taken care of.
I love it. What I like especially is that in this model, you're the investor and you're the business owner as well, because there's a business within this as well, right? There's
Mm,
staff involved, etc. But you have a partnership in which you don't have the day-to-day operations. So
Mhm.
you are truly, yes, a real estate investor because you're owning the property, but you're also a business owner in a sense because you have nothing to do with those day-to-days. You have an operator on the ground who's taking care of that. So I think you're in the two best quadrants. If we know Robert Kiyosaki's cash flow quadrants, we're in the
Mhm.
we're in the two categories we want to be: investor and business owner, not business operator and not self-employed, and
Exactly.
even less employee. So congratulations on that. So to tell us if you want a little bit about the numbers, because this is really pretty amazing numbers.
Okay.
Let's not hide it from anybody. You don't need to go into the specifics, but just ballparks. What are we talking about here? Are we talking about a 10 cap? Are we talking about what are we talking
Well, I'll go through some numbers before I reveal that so I don't sound crazy and you can verify as I speak.
about? Okay, sounds good. Pull out your
So
calculators now. Hmm.
so by using the dashboard, the really amazing calculator that Kyle has provided me, I was able to calculate that the property being up 47,500, and we just started the reno this week. So right now we're looking at about 30,000 for the reno. Let's say 35. I'm going to be generous. I'm sure there's going to be some other things to add. But let's say we're at about $80,000 to assume for the property ready to go. And again, being modest, instead of putting 3,000 for the rental income, I put 2,875 based on some of the calculations we made. And if we
Yep.
want to think of how we got to that, it's a 5-bedroom home. 3 of the bedrooms can only house one person. 2 of the bedrooms can house 2 people. So technically, the 5 bedrooms are holding 7 people.
Mm.
So after all of the numbers and all of the people are being paid, the person that has to take care of them, the food, all of that, um, I'm I would be getting approximately the 3,000, potentially even more. What's really great is I don't have any management fees because the management fees come out of that 50% split. So what I do calculate in the dashboard is property taxes, insurance, and utilities. But for the utilities, I actually boosted it up a little bit more, considering maybe people will be a bit negligent once in a while and leave lights on a little bit more. Or, maybe there'll be an issue at some point. So just to be safe, with all of that, I am at 33%.
Oh no, 33%. And 33, which metric are you referring to? Is this the internal rate of return? Is this the cash on cash? Is this the cap rate? What's 33% here?
So without going into too much detail, I decided to go in all cash for this. So no financing, all in. And so my cash on cash and my cap rate are coming up to 33.
Absolutely. Did you have fun? Did you plug in here just for fun? If you did refinance and say 8%, what happens to your cash on cash return? Just curious. Have you done that?
Let's see. I did that at some point, and then
You
let's
got
see.
scared of the number?
Oh no, it's okay. Let's see. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. Interest rate 80. So I don't know. Like there must be a mistake because it comes up to 100% cash on cash.
You see, I love that reaction because that's why I asked you if you'd be afraid. Did I do a mistake? Did I do something? No, that's the real number. That's
Yeah.
that's how if you're investing in a 30 cap property and you have 8% financing, your leverage is working tremendously well for you. It is 100% cash on cash return once you refinance that property. And
Yeah.
that's one of the questions that Isabel's asking. Will Olivia be able to refinance? Will she be able to refinance? And I guess as a sub question, is it worth more than 100,000? So let's address those. Do you know the answers to those questions, Olivia, before I jump in?
So I feel like I'm being tested. So when we were doing the quotes for the rental, one of the questions I was asked is what kind of a rental you want to do. So are we doing a very basic one? Are we doing one where we're looking for refi? I was being asked, is it a three or C3 or C4? Like in the end, how high end do you want to go? So there were a few things that I did say for safety reasons that I wanted to make sure were in place, especially anything structural, anything exterior, to make sure there's no water damage in the future and everyone's safe. electrical, things like this. Whereas all the other things we're keeping very basic. What we're hoping for is there is potential that the floors, when we remove the carpet, is going to be hardwood.
Mhm.
And if that's the case, that's going to help us a lot because we were going to go with laminate flooring, and these are the little things that we could do that does boost it up a little, especially the fact that it's a three-bedroom that we're converting into a five. So those few things, the ones that actually stand out, that when I'm asked what reno did you do, we could say, oh, we got hardwood and all that, right? So we're hoping to get to that 100. We might only get to the 90. So, and then I don't mind holding a little bit and seeing. The other option is I do plan on buying another property. Kyle, make sure that, April,
It's recorded.
April, I want that property for April. So once you have the next one hand delivered to me, April would be the next one. And then I'm able to put it in the same LLC and do a portfolio refi with the two properties.
Love it. I love it. So yeah, very well answered. When you do have properties that are worth under 100,000, there are less options to refinance, and they're more expensive options to refinance. And so, but what Olivia already is aware of is you can bundle two properties together to potentially not get such a big hit on the LTV or the rates. So when you bundle them together, you fall into that more options bracket with potentially better rates and terms. So that's another way around it. So that's fantastic. But at a 30 cap, I mean, even if you didn't refinance, I don't think anybody is feeling bad about doubling
Yeah,
their money every
yeah,
2 years, 2 years and change, right? To
really.
3 years.
What happened the day I had to go to the bank and do the wire and all that? You have that. I'm very excited, and fear and excitement sometimes they feel the same. So I was like, which one is it? I knew I was excited, but there was a bit of that, wow, I'm about to send all this money to some random number and I'm really hoping it gets where it needs to get. And am I sure? And I looked and I remember the first thought that went through my mind is this is less than what I put as a down payment on my first condo. And I'm buying the whole house with
Mhm.
this one transfer. And this one's gonna make me money. The other one's being rented right now, and it's costing me money.
Yeah.
So why am I nervous? No, like, let's just go, let's do this, and, if, the 3,000 a month, I mean, there's also it's from that 3,000, I do have some expenses to pay, but with time, that's full cash, right?
hmm I love it. Well, congratulations. You overcame all the hurdles that a lot of people struggle to overcome sometimes as they go into that first property or they're investing cross border. You're right. When we did our first deal, we bought our first property. It was $9,000, right? Back in 2016 when we bought it, our first one in the US. And that first 9,000 was so much and so scary. And in no matter what, the first one is the first one, and after that, it only gets easier. So, congratulations for making it over that. And I wanted to say one last little point about the renovation because you basically put 35,000 in renovation on this. I do want to say that depending on the strategy, that number could be higher or lower. You alluded to that, but this property could have passed Section 8 inspections for $15,000.
Yeah,
Like you could have been all in 65,000
yeah.
and have a Section 8 probably close to 12, 1,300 a month, guaranteed Section 8. And that's a still a great backup strategy, you
It
know.
is. Okay, so it's interesting you bring that up because, when I was looking at the Airbnbs, I was also saying, "What's my backup? If the
Mhm.
laws change, something happens, how much rent can I get? Am I gonna cash flow?" And with this one, every exit strategy made sense. First of all, if I go into Section 8 with a 5 bedroom, it's about $2,000 a month.
Yep.
I'm
Mhm.
fine with that, okay?
Yep.
If I wanna just rent it out, I can still rent it out. I won't do Airbnb, but I can also sell it. No matter what, I'm safe. Everything's fine, So that felt really good. I would like to say something that was an interesting experience for me.
Mhm.
I'm used
A golden nugget. Make sure you
golden
write it down,
nugget.
people. I don't even know what this is, so this is fun.
This is my thank you, Kyle moment. It's we're always talking about money, right? So how much are you gonna make? Okay. I'm used to always doing and researching and being on the ball. And then um, I had take decided I have to take 2 weeks in January off. It's a really great opportunity. I have not taken 2 weeks off, I think, in 8, 9 years where I completely disconnect and I'm not on my phone. And as it usually happens, the day I'm flying, Kyle says, "I have a property for you." And I'm excited and I'm ready to do what I usually do, which is forget me, forget what matters to me, works first, let me prioritize. And I was able to say to both you and Janie, what do I do? I'm in a workshop for 5 days. My phone is off. What if you need me to sign? What do I do? And Kyle's words were, I got this. Do what you need to do. I'm going to hold things off. It's going to be fine. And it was. And I got a picture of Kyle and the whole entire team. I still have that picture, all like in arms in the house saying, "This is your team. Everything's fine. Please work on you." So that to me was freedom. And that's what I'm expecting and looking forward to, not the 3,000 or the 33 cap. Those things in the end mean absolutely nothing. The question is, am I going to be able to step back, go on a trip, and turn the phone off? And even more so, do I have a team of people I can trust and I know will have my back? And it was really a good feeling and still is to know I have that.
That's amazing. I'm all choked up actually. As you were saying that, and I got shivers 3 times. That went all the way up to my head and back. That warms me up and means so much. Thank you so much, Olivia. And wow, 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 wow. That's why I do what I do. That's why we do what we do. So my goodness, I don't even know if I can finish this one. That was heartwarming.
Thank you, Kyle.
Thank you. Absolutely. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure working with you as well. We love what we do. That's the JK community is our baby. So hopefully, you know, we'll have hundreds of thousands of Olivias rolling through the deal reveal and getting their first and their portfolios in the US. And what's crazy on top of all that is we're not slumlords. We're not taking advantage of anyone. Like we are taking a property that needs love, that someone was, that property was starting to go, right? It was vacant, starting to go, and we're bringing it back up to its former glory, and we're providing essential housing. Like this is affordable housing. Like win, 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 win.
Yeah. And there's a big need for it, a big need.
Yeah.
So not a lot of people want to get involved for some reason. I'm happy to do it. One of the things I wanted to get involved in at the beginning was VA for veterans
Hmm.
and see how I could help them. That first property that I said was a VA. It didn't work out, but I would like to continue down this path and also do good while making some money.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Earn while you learn and do good. So that's amazing. Thank you so much, Olivia, for your time, for your sharing your experience. I think you've given plenty of golden nuggets in here. But is there one last little one that you say that people they just have to know as they're getting started?
Something you've consistently taught me, which is the two taps,
Mm,
the tap of deals and the tap of money. And when one isn't working, focus on that one, then have the other one, just keep them balanced. So I'm happy to see one of my taps is you and the Butler service. So I can feel confident that I can go after the money that I want, which I have a few people interested already. And I'm not worried, will I have the deal to present to them?
mm,
So I can focus on one thing. It's very hard, I find sometimes, to focus on both. And you did teach me very much so. It's about relationships. And the way this property came about was not by me sitting on a computer doing research. It was not by me, I don't know, emailing people. It really was by speaking. You knew what I was looking for. You spoke with an agent, that agent, another agent, and somehow everyone heard what I needed and it
mhm,
just appeared off market.
mhm.
So
Absolutely.
relationships, yeah, in the
100%.
end.
100%. The relationship from you to the deal butler, but also the deal butler to, where I found the deal was through my network of relationships. And
Yeah,
it was off market, everything, right? So everything keeps on going. Absolutely.
exactly. And then for the money, talking, sharing, relationships, getting away from that computer sometimes and just going on and actually talking to people.
Yes, yes. Let's not forget there are humans on the other side of all
Yeah.
this. Oh my goodness. Well, that's amazing. Again, congratulations, Olivia, to many, many, many more. And I must say that you did come to Cleveland. You're not coming this weekend, but you came on the Cleveland bus tour
Yes.
previously on the last
Thank
one.
God. Honestly, I don't think I would have had the courage that I had I not gone. It's really nice to see the city. I mean, for the first one, maybe for my 4th, 5th in a different city, it would be different, but for the first one, it's
Mm,
really nice to see, and as I'm looking at the different areas, on a map, I'm able to picture what was it, how did it feel? There was a lot of really detailed information that otherwise you can't get. You just can't get. And what was nice is meeting the people that I've been partnering with, the people that are helping me on all of these deals, asking the questions that's needed, going into the homes. This was
mhm.
the other thing. This property I did not visit. I did it all through the videos, through the photos, through the conversations. But because we visited so many properties while we were there, a property is a property at the end of the day. I understood you look at the basement first, so I could ask, how's the basement? How does it look? I could compare to the other basements. I understood what the status quo was there, right? So I think it's really important to go and explore and then build your team. And now I can trust that I can do it remotely.
I love it. And normally I ask when's your next one, but you've already told me when your next
April.
one is. That's
April.
it. I love it. So congratulations on your next one in advance.
Thank you. Congratulations to you too. So
Oh, it's a pleasure. This is what I love. Excellent. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Deal or no deal? We didn't directly pull up Rentometer and look on the ARV, but we put all the pieces of the two golden rules on this deal. And are we following the two golden rules? Cash flow and equity at purchase? Let's see. Thumbs up? Hearts? Yes, no, maybe? Are we following the golden rules on Olivia's property? All right, Isabel. Isabel says yes. Shaka raises her hand. That's fantastic. We got the thumbs up coming. Okay, there you are. I think we stunned everyone. So that's beautiful, beautiful. Again, thank you so much for your time. I absolutely think this is a deal. Congratulations.
thank you.
And yeah, the deal Butler is doing what he loves. I would like to invite you all to consider learning as much as you can in U.S. real estate before doing your jump in. It's one thing to have the kahunas to just jump in, but it's another thing to just jump in blinding, not knowing what you're doing. And that's why the All You Can Learn Pass is there. It is the culmination of the last decade that Janie and I have put into learning, processifying, systematizing, building the connections and the network to do this business to the next level. So the All You Can Learn Pass is available. And if you're interested in it, there is currently over a $1,000 discount on the All You Can Learn Pass. It is a 6-month accelerator program to results. And yes, it's 6 months because we want you to get results in 6 months. That's the whole target and program. But for whatever reason, if life gets in the way, if whatever it is, we're going to continue supporting you indefinitely until you get your first US deal. That is the promise that we're making in the All You Can Learn Pass. So if you're interested, you can send us an email or any other question you have on JK or the JK courses or services, the Butler, whatever you want. Info at jkrealestatepartners.com is always working there. The JK team is there to support you and guide you. Um, and we're throwing in a couple more things to make this even more amazing. We're including 5 one-on-one coaching calls in that All You Can Learn Pass. 5 one-on-one with one of the JK coaches and 4 group coaching sessions, which are led by myself, are also included. So if you're already said, I'm in, jkrealestatepartners.ca/all you can learn pass, you can go there and sign up right now, or just send us an email. So that is the JK Deal Reveal. We hope you had an amazing time this evening, and we hope to see you on a Deal Reveal soon. And don't forget always, now for tomorrow.